Okay, I will. Get these videos going. So we just unboxed the vlogging equipment, and I'll just show you the mess that's on the table now. So yeah, got a bunch of vlogging garbage that I get to throw away now, but it's all good. It's all good. So most of today has been spent on just connecting with people on social media. I'm mainly on LinkedIn, on X, starting to get a little more active on YouTube, trying to make some more video content. I think that'll be good and helpful. Maybe some background for people that don't really know anything about me and why I'm doing this now. CoreCast is our real estate intelligence platform that we started about 7 months ago. It's me and a couple of my brother-in-laws that are really good at what they do, and I guess trust me enough for some reason with real estate and connecting with people that we're trying to make this platform. So it's an end-to-end solution, which for anybody that's not really in the real estate space, all that really means is in commercial real estate, you have your office buildings, your retail centers, your theaters, your strip malls, your medical office buildings, your hospitals, like all of those large buildings, those are owned by somebody. And the software that we are creating helps those owners and anybody who helps with the operation of those or the management of those or the buying and selling of those to understand the value of those a little bit better, optimize value, and importantly for us too, this is where other real estate consultants and software don't really care about this, but we do. Not just the owners and the people that own the real estate. We also want to enhance the experience for the users of that real estate. So, for multifamily apartments, enhancing the tenant experience. Like in our community that we live in right now, it's a single family development in Western Orlando. There's probably 2,000 single family homes here or something. And we rent this home that we're in right now. We owned the home that we were in previously, sold that home, and have put that money that we got from selling that home into this business. But in our single family development that we live in right now, there's like I said, there's about 2,000 homes, and what attracts a lot of people to this single family development, specifically what attracts young families here, is there's a pool that is I call it a world-class pool. It's like going to a water park and having that kind of experience in a local community. It's got several different sections. It's got this I'll call it like a kid tower play experience, where you can walk up some stairs that's in the pool, and you're probably 3 feet off the ground, so nothing dangerous or whatever. But it's got the water spill buckets that come down, and it's got little water cannons that are coming off of it. It's got a couple slides that come off of the tower back into the pool. This thing's crazy. So that thing's awesome. I've got two covered parks. We've got a couple lakes with docks that you can walk on. We've got a clubhouse with a fully stocked gym, and there's a business center in there, I believe. So we've got some like really cool community amenities here that really enhance the experience for the residents, and attracts good people to come into this community. So our software, CoreCast is what it's called. Hopefully you know that you're watching this channel. CoreCast will have features in it to support both the ownership side, the transaction side, and then really to help those owners enhance the experience for the people that they're building the real estate for. So we're really excited about that. We currently have 40 companies in the platform right now. We're in our super early stages with it. Next month, so October, we will be releasing some features in the platform that'll be production ready features, first full workflows. So instead of it just being these 40 companies that we've been researching with, it'll give the broader market an opportunity to sorry, I'm just fumbling with some of my stuff, bringing it over to my office. It'll give the broader market an opportunity to come in and take advantage of the workflows that we're building. So that'll be fun. Those workflows will be the full underwriting and valuation of these commercial assets. We'll have both manual and automated options. You can do both pre-acquisition and post-acquisition under management. You can import in your financial statements, your rent rolls, your T12s, cash flow models, etc. You can use the models that we have built into the system, or if you've done your own in Excel or some other platform, you can import those cash flows in and then take advantage of the rest of the workflow. So the rest of the workflow. We have pipeline tracking end to end. So it tracks it all the way from the first time that it comes into your system, your prospective deals, all the way through like the closing and transactions process, to under management, to disposition prep. We will have a full market research experience. So our team has gone out and found 125,000 multifamily properties in all 50 states, all major residential zip codes. Of those multifamily properties, I'd say that probably half of them are like deeply enriched with, year built, square footage, unit count, split outs of those units and floor plans, square footage of those floor plans, rents, operating expense ratios, some transactions details, so about half of them. And then we've also got about 30 to 40,000 commercial properties that we'll enrich the platform with. So that we're going to pre-seed the platform with that. And then my internal team, I've got a director and then 3 associates that work underneath him. They primarily serve our clients on the direct service side, but they will also be going in and adding comparable detail as they learn more about the markets that they work in on behalf of our clients. I think a really important note there too, we also very deeply respect privacy, including data privacy. So for any clients that we work with, it's very standard for us to say, anything that we're working on with you, as long as it does not include sensitive client information that's specific to you and your company, then we will kind of anonymize that, scrape the important information out of that, and then we'll use that for marketing and our other business purpose. So for any users that come into the CoreCast platform, you will also have the opportunity to see all of this comparable data. If you don't want your data that you're uploading into the platform to be shared, you have the option to turn that off too. So we're trying to include options for everybody. Market data, all of that is really important to us. We're excited for that, excited for everything that's coming there. So out of the market data, eventually, pretty soon here, probably towards the end of the year or early next year, that market data can then automatically be pushed into your underwriting workflow. So as you're kind of setting up a new property, you could template one of your properties in our system, if you don't want to like repeat your assumptions over and over again, you'll have that. But also we'll have an option to take the, I'm just gonna step outside here for a second, to take the information from our market research center and autofill your properties with that. So, let's say you're working on a 50 unit apartment deal in Dallas, Texas, or in Chicago, or in like Salt Lake or something, and you want to know like what other properties that are a similar vintage, from a similar time period, that are in a similar condition to your property, and importantly, the state that you want to renovate that property into, right? Just comparable properties. You'll be able to just click a button or interact with our AI model in some way to pull that information automatically in to your underwriting workflow. So that'll be like rents, expenses, valuation stuff. So in just a few seconds, be able to pull that in. And usually, if you've done underwriting for a while, you know how tedious that market research process can be. So we're trying to make that super quick. So that'll be the market research experience. We'll have our underwriting experience. So the underwriting experience, I guess back to that a little bit, that'll be for multifamily, office, industrial, retail, like multifamily and commercial assets. We'll have acquisitions for core deals and for value add deals, so like a renovation module. We'll have that live in our CoreCast models, and then you have the option to either use those models for those use cases if you use those. We know that there's lots of hotel users, lots of mobile home park users, lots of self-storage users, right? These other classes, and we're excited to get to those. But if you are in one of those sectors and we don't have your model built yet, we also have a bring your own model option to where you can just drop in your model, and then you've got your cash flows from your deal that can work through the rest of the workflow. So we talked about pipeline tracking, we talked about deep market research. The other thing that we're really excited about at the end of that workflow, which we'll have here in a month, is automated reports. So, these will be for internal use, for management use, or to send to key stakeholders like your lenders or your investors, or municipal leaders, or whoever you need to send these to. It could be for educational use too. So this will be things like an underwriting summary, which could be used for an investment committee or to be sent up to your manager, or to be sent to an investor. We'll have a loan package specifically for lenders. We'll have an equity package specifically for investors. We'll have offering materials and deal flyers for brokers on behalf of their clients. We'll have a broker opinion of value for brokers. So all of that really lends itself well to getting those really high quality report outputs at the end of your workflow. These will be fully automated. So these will have anywhere between 10 to 20 slides. We'll also have cut sheet versions that are more condensed versions. We're excited to see, do people want the long versions? Do they want the short versions? So we're interested to learn about that. So just to recap, we'll have an underwriting experience that's manual and automated, tied into deep market research, which will be preceded by our team and continually researched by our team. But you as a user also have the opportunity to add stuff in. So you can see there as we get 10,000 users, 100,000 users, even when we have 1,000 users in the platform, everybody working in their own markets adding data into the system compounds the effect over time. And that experience will be, I'll step in here again. That experience will be fully crowdsourced, which will be really interesting to see. So you as the user, think of it almost like a Reddit type experience. You as the user will be able to go to XYZ multifamily property or ABC commercial property in Dallas or in Orlando or Salt Lake or Sacramento, whatever, and give your opinion about where that rent is, or where those expenses are, or where it transacted at, or the size of the property, etc. So what that means is, real operators in these markets, we've already got 40 organizations in the platform, are starting to give opinions about what's going on in their markets. And we're working on an algorithm in the background that then surfaces the most accurate information. So that'll be awesome. There's nothing else like it out there. It's all of the data providers are very centralized, very aggregated internally, and then displayed for you, and you just kind of have to accept it. And if any of you have worked with CoStar or Crexi or Reonomy, you know that the data is not perfect, but people are paying for it anyway. It's pretty good. It gets you most of the way there, but we know that it's not perfect. And so our goal is, we've gone and found, a couple, almost 200,000 properties now. And we've researched them. We've given our opinion about what we think those things are, and that's come from those property websites. It's come from talking with the brokers in the market. It's come from publicly sourced records. All of these things that these big guys, these big data aggregators are already doing. Like that's the initial process that we're going through, and then we've got our own large language models that are helping us to find more information. But you as the user now have the ability to come in and give your own opinion, and we're going to give you access to our AI so you can go through the same deep research process that we do, and maybe you'll prompt it better than we do. But it gives you tools to get deep, broad research about your market in a really quick way. So we're super excited about that. Super excited to put the tools to find the right data into your hands. Yeah, automated manual underwriting for different asset classes, bring your own model, deep market research, pipeline tracking end to end, and automated reports. And I guess a note on those automated reports. So, it's like 10 to 20 slides. We also have cut sheet versions. So within those, there's some reports have like 80 attributes. Some reports have 200 attributes. Think things like the property's name, the property's address, when the property was built, the property's unit count, the property's size, the market that it's located in, the rent roll, the entire rent roll, the entire historical performance, the entire projected financial performance, comparables, market research. All of these things will be provided at the click of a button inside of CoreCast, and then you as the user have the opportunity to edit things inside of the report before it actually exports. So you'll get pretty much full control at the end. We're trying to put it in a format where usually these reports take weeks or sometimes months to produce manually, and now at the click of a button you've got it 95% of the way there. At least that's the hope. We'll see what actually happens here in a month. You'll have the ability to edit it at the end, and then once it's in a state that you like it, then you can download those reports and send it to somebody. You can actually send your entire CoreCast property to somebody complete with the report. And it does not link them back into your system, but it does give them kind of that full workflow that you've already created inside of one property. So instead of just sending scattered files, which you'll still have the ability to do in our system, you can still send, you can still download a full Excel model that you can edit in Excel. You can still download that nice report at the end. You can take screenshots of our application, whatever you want to do, and send things separately in an email. But you'll also be able to just send your full CoreCast property with all of that complete workflow in there. So we hope that people like it. We hope that people enjoy it. We're excited about how it's coming along and what this does for us, what it does for our users. But we're mostly excited to see the impacts that that CoreCast has in our clients' workflow and current and future. We want to grow CoreCast into a platform that one day has over 1 million users in it. We know that that's possible. We know that there's millions of people in the United States alone that interact with real estate, with commercial real estate in a meaningful way. Brokers, analysts, principals, lenders, title companies, residents on the back end, and tenants. Land acquisition managers, development managers, municipalities. There's so much in a commercial real estate workflow. So we're excited to deliver it to everybody. I think important to note too is this really is just the beginning for CoreCast. We have been in alpha mode with 40 companies for about 4 or 5 months now, and it's been great. It's been good to work with them and build something that's going to be really meaningful for them. Next month we're going into beta mode where we've got these first production ready features that we've been talking about here. All of that is just the beginning. What we're building with CoreCast is going to totally transform the industry, and we're excited for you to be a part of that, to be along for the ride and to give us feedback on how we can do that in the best way. What we've got on our roadmap after everything that we've already talked about here is to expand into other asset classes, to bring hospitality, self-storage, mobile home parks, land, LIHTC, all kinds of asset classes into the platform, not only for acquisitions throughout that part of the risk spectrum, but also to get into new construction and to do new construction in an easy way. Then you get into full construction modules. We'll have that in the platform. We'll also have a full CRM in the platform. So that CRM is going to be specifically geared for the real estate industry. It will make it super easy at the click of a button to visualize your capital stack for each individual deal, to know which parties are inside of that capital stack, what their reporting requirements are, what their interest rates are, what their return hurdles are, for every key party and for every entity that makes it up into that capital stack. Guys, so much coming down the line for CoreCast. I've been talking here for a good 24 minutes. I haven't really taken a breath, so I'm going to take a little bit of a breather here, and then I'll come back in another one. See you in a minute.